Okay, so now you're with the Lucha Underground.
Yep.
And you have a match with AR Fox.
Yeah.
ESPN called this one of the most brutal contests ever to be televised
Yeah.
in professional wrestling.
The first one.
Yeah, I mean, you threw Fox into a bunch of barbed wire.
Yep.
And his whole back was a bloody mess.
Yes. There was a part of the match where like the barbed wire rips his skin off and it's laying on the mat. Just like it's like a jigsaw piece of skin, and it's like you can see it very well. I'll never forget that moment. When I was talking about like going up and down the indies and like making these territories in these cities, AR Fox was the guy, like doing all of it. He was like he was on the front of a lot of those DVDs, and so everybody's like, that's the guy you got to wrestle to get your name out there, because he was getting a lot of the looks. So eventually me and Fox linked up and it was like, hey man, I would like, let's do these matches or whatever. And then through certainly enough, like Philadelphia, we had actually St. Petersburg, Florida, St. Pete is when we had our first match. And that was like 2010. Then Philadelphia, then it went to like CZW and all over the place after that. So we had the chemistry there. Then when you get to Lucha Underground, you already have the chemistry, you all have the trust with each other, and y'all have like the rhythm to really perform. And then Lucha Underground he didn't come until like season 3. And he came in like, and he was like, I wrote this character of this story about like my character, because I just came in with a mask and they call him, and I came up with the name Killshot. And they were like, because I was like Deadshot, like Deathstroke, DC nerd shit.
Right.
So I was like, Killshot, that makes sense. And then I was like, I didn't have a background of the story. So season 1 ended, but then we had this long, like 6-month hiatus. And I was like, started writing the character and started coming up with these premises. I'm like, what if he was a military? Because everybody was like ancient Aztecian, like this, like Lucha, this. He was based off the something tribe. And like he was like the power of the Phoenix, the power of this thing. And then there was like death characters. I'm like, all right, what if I'm just a person? What if I'm just a real human being that can hurt and feel pain, and I don't have powers? I kind of gotta deal with shit in real life, like which was what literally how I was feeling in real life. I gotta deal with shit. I don't have any of this shit to like really work. I have to like deal with stuff and problems. I get hurt. I gotta recover, you know. And I also a Batman fan too, so I took a lot of like those aspects of Batman. Like he's such a superhero because he's vulnerable. He's the only one in the Justice League that can get shot and he's dead, you know. But he's hanging with superheroes like of every galaxy.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me make that my character. And as a black character on the show, you don't see that at all. So I wrote this character. He ran away from the military, and that's why he wears a mask in Lucha Underground to hide that he's like, you know, he abandoned the military, which is like a criminal offense, you know. And so they loved the character so much, they brought AR Fox in as Dante Fox. He's the only one that actually knows who I am from the military. He's like, you left me for dead over there overseas. So right away, boom, like that's your rival instantly. And everybody seen it, understood it, they got it. And that's where the rivalry started happening, the matches, and it all accumulated to this match that we created called Hell of War. And that's 2 out of 3 falls match, but each match is a more dangerous stipulation. So the first match was just first blood. Whoever makes someone bleed, you get the victory. And people were like, oh, well, obviously Fox is going to be the one to bleed because he wears a mask. So I was like, they're going to expect that. Let's flip it. And you throw me through a pane of glass and my whole back just draws blood. So now they're like, oh, wow, we didn't see that coming, because they didn't at that time. And like on televised TV, you're not seeing that much blood or that way of being like cut up by glass in wrestling.
So you were cut up in that match?
Yes. Yeah. I still have scars on my back from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you agree to be thrown through a bunch of glass. He agrees to be thrown on some barbed wire.
Yeah.
You guys are actually agreeing to this beforehand.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
This almost reminds me of when I interviewed New Jack.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I did a interaction with New Jack on a show in Philadelphia. He came in with a crutch, hit me in the gut, and he broke the crutch over my back. So R.I.P. New Jack.
Sounds very New Jackish right there.
Yeah, he actually gave me some great advice too.
Yeah, I mean, New Jack was constantly getting sliced in the forehead.
Yeah.
With like razor blades. And
Yeah, his forehead looked like a chopping board, man.
yeah, it looked crazy. Then that one, remember he took that one fall that was what, like 30 feet high or something? That just looked absolutely insane.
He raised the bar and of this, and what that was not really being televised either. Those was just like independent shows.
DVDs,
but
basically.
It's the only way you could watch those. So I took a lot of like, I wouldn't say a lot, but like there was inspirations of like that style of violence that you couldn't tell if it was like, wait, this is entertaining and all, but this is like a little too far and real. And I was like, man, we're kind of missing that in like nationwide national TV. We're missing that a little bit. And I felt like that was the match that kind of brought that to the forefront a little bit, me and Fox.
Okay, because that happened in 2014?
That aired 2016. Like we filmed it in 2016 and it aired in 2017. And that's where the internet just went crazy about this match.
Okay, because in 2019, you got the deal with WWE.
Yeah.
Is that from that match, you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just like, and that was one of the things, was like, get your name talked about as much as you can. And we went out there with a mission to just show that there's no way you can miss this. There's no way you like anybody anywhere can't talk about this, or if you talk about it, you like everybody knows exactly what that match you're talking about. Like, oh, that match, yeah. And it was just one of the mixed blends of athleticism, lucha, actual storytelling, brutality. Like it mixed everything together. And it showcased like more of just like, not just like crash wrestling, but like actual like story arcing with characters and meaning behind it. I always like when I'm in feuds and stories like that, I always like to make the villain more powerful or smarter than the hero, because that's where this arc comes in. That's where the story comes in. Like Green Goblin was way more powerful than Spider-Man for like a good portion of those movies. Doc Ock was smarter than Spider-Man. Venom is more stronger than Spider-Man. He's a bigger version of Spider-Man. Like Sabretooth is way more powerful than Wolverine, and he knows them longer. So like that's always where that clashing always works for me. So my whole intention was like, Fox comes in, he has to be better than me. He has to right away. And that's where it culminates to something so big like that. It takes all this, throwing him through barbed wire, me getting put through glass, him falling off of like a ledge and through all this glass. It took all that to beat him. So whether he wins or loses, he's still a made man, because it took all that to defeat this guy. And they understood the story. And then to audiences that never seen us before, now they know who we are. And if they don't know, they're going to go researching and telling a friend of a friend of a friend. And that's how you spread the name like that for like a WWE to call, to be like, I've never heard of these guys, but I heard about what you've done. And like, your name has to be synonymous with that story.